So who am I? I'm Pastor Garlinda Price. So I'm a wife, first of all. I'm a mom of two incredible teenagers and a puppy named Bolt. He's not a puppy because now he's 4. So technically in people years, he's 28 years old. Miriam said he's 6. So now in dog years, he's 42. So he's an adult, right? And then also I pastor Common Ground Ministry along with my husband and my family. I have owned Fusion Properties LLC proudly since 2011. So I own a firm with some incredible agents right here in North Carolina. And I'm also the CEO of Launch It 30 Days to Greatness, 6-figure success with biblical principles coaching. And I'm an author of that same mindset book and workbook. So everything that qualifies me to coach you in business, we've talked about that before. So let's get started. What was it all for and what's the reason why? That's what's going to get you on the road to success and making the income that you want to make. And I'm super excited to get you there. So come on, Joyce, join me. Okay, you guys, awesome. So we're going to be starting with the Launch It 30 Days to Greatness workbook. But I just want to show you. So this is the mindset book. And this book talks about the mindset of a kingdom entrepreneur and why is it so important for you to merge business and kingdom? Why is it so important for you to not separate ministry from business, right? Because that's the great debate. A lot of times people don't want to talk about their business as a Christian because they don't want people to think that they're manipulating them for money. They don't want people to think that they're trying to manipulate the word of God for income, but that's not at all what we're doing, right? And people will know the difference. People know value there. People are able to discern, and they know whether or not you're doing something because it's truly what God has called you to do, or whether or not you're just specifically doing it for money. So the Lord wanted me to write the mindset book to get people's minds right and activated and start to till the soil around why kingdom entrepreneurship is so super important. Awesome. So here's the workbook, and we're going to start from the very beginning, right? It's a pretty thick book. There's probably 100 and some pages in here. One thing that I forgot to do when I wrote the book was I forgot to number the pages, right? So what, right? One thing that I also did was I had the book edited and there were still typos in here. So what? Why do I say that? Because well done is better than well said any day of the week. I'm going to say that again. Well done is better than well said any day of the week. And so what we often do is we get stuck and caught up in analysis paralysis and mulling over, is it perfect? Is it going to look right? What happens if this happens? What if this? What if that? But the Lord told me, release it from your hand, right? Whoever it's designed for, meant for, is going to land in their hand. It's going to land in their lap. They're going to coach with you. Not even if they don't coach with you, they're going to have great success because this is the blueprint that the Lord has made. And so let's talk about why. That's what this whole video is about. And you got to get honest with yourself and do an honest. So you want to do an honest evaluation and assessment. We're going to go through some questions I want you to write down and what I want you to ask yourself. I'll also put a screenshot in here. Keep in mind, this is my personal copy, so you're going to see writing in here. I'm good with that. What is your why and is it big enough? What is your why and is it big enough? Like my initial why when I started in business was related around my parents and wanting to make them proud. But now in this in this 15th year of doing business, but 31 years in business, 15th year in real estate, but 31 years in business, I realized that I have a different why. I have a new perspective. I had to actually figure out what is it all for now, right? I had to go back. So there are going to be times and places in your business and in your life where you have to reassess your why. And it has to be such that it will make you cry. It has to be such that it will keep you going and driven to succeed and to be successful when everything around you, all heck is breaking loose, right? When everything looks like it's failing. You don't want your why to be focused around money, right? Because that's not enough reason, right? Because especially if you have a job and let's say your business isn't making money, it'll be too easy for you to quit because you're already making money, right? You don't want to base it around your kids because then let's say when they cut up or let's say when things happen where, you know, there's school plays, school programs, anything could be going on with your family and all of a sudden it becomes an excuse instead of a driver, right? So you want to say, what is my why? And is it big enough? What motivates you? Like there's this internal fire, this internal drive that I have to succeed. Like it's ingrained in me. It's like God-given, right? Because motivation is internal. We should not need external factors to motivate us. External factors, they'll go away. They'll cause us to fizzle out. So you got to determine and dig deep. And I want you to write down 10 things that really motivate you. What gets you going? What makes you say, oh, this is it. Like I want it. I got to have it. Also, is it enough to keep you going? Right? Because all the times when I wanted to quit, all the times when I was like, I'm done with this crap. Like I do not need this headache. Right? I couldn't quit. I had to keep going. I had to just find the inner bandwidth and the inner wherewithal to keep going. So is your why, is the reason that you're doing this, is what motivates you enough to keep you going when you want to quit? Because in business, there can be some tough times. It's just how it is. And then get honest about how much you want to earn annually and why. How much do you want to earn annually and why? And if we were coaching together, I would tell you to write that number down, and then I'd tell you double it, right? Because it should be a number that freaks you out, not one that's unobtainable, right? Because we don't want to say I'm going from 100,000 this year to 2 million next year, right? If no skill sets taking place, not to say that God can't do that, because hey, He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. But I don't want you to be thinking, oh, I need. So I want you to think about that. What do you want to earn annually? What do you want your business to pay you annually part-time? If you're working your business part-time, what do you want your business to pay you full-time if you're working your business full-time? And what is your time frame to get there? When do you want to hit that number by, right? What is your time frame to get there? So that's what is your why, and is it big enough? What motivates you? Is it enough to keep you going when you want to quit? How much do you want to earn annually? And what is your plan to earn that amount of money? What are you going to do? What are you committed to do every single day of your life that would get you to what you said that you want to do, right? What is your timeline to get there? And then what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Success does take sacrifice. Anybody that says it doesn't, run. They are lying. I hate to say it. It's the truth. There's a lie from the pits of hell. It requires sacrifice. It's going to require sacrifice of time and money, or both. Another question I want you to ask yourself is, are you committed or are you just interested? Are you committed or are you just interested? There's a difference, right? When I'm committed to something, it's do or die, right? I mean, I changed that to do or live, because why we got to die? Why we got to ride or die? Can we ride and live, and where are we going and what's it? I'm just kidding, right? But are you committed or are you just interested? Like, well, if that happens, great. If I do this, great. Or are you balls to the wall? I know I said that. Die hard, committed to get this done. Regardless of heaven or high water, whatever comes, whatever happens, I'm going to keep doing what I said I was going to do. Even after my enthusiasm has worn off and waned and gone cold and waxed cold, I'm still going to be committed to the calling of the Lord in this business and marketplace ministry. Have you made a firm and sound decision? A firm and sound decision, I'm going to tell you that's denoted by action, right? So you'll know if you've made a firm and sound decision if you've been in action, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then the 10th question is, what sacrifices are you willing to make? And I'm laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh, if somebody would have told me all the sacrifices that were required to get to the point of greatness, not the point of greatness like I've arrived, but the journey to greatness and all the sacrifices that you're going to make along the way, and every step and every level that you want to get to, all the sacrifices that are involved, I still would have taken the journey, but I'm not sure that I would have taken the journey, right? I don't know, right? But what sacrifices are you willing to make? Because you're going to have to make some. Now, that doesn't mean that the sacrifices that you make, that they're going to be detrimental, or that they're going to be bad things. In some instances, like what does the Word of God say? We have to die to ourselves. That's not a bad sacrifice, right? In some instances, you're going to have to give up television. In some instances, you're going to have to give up spending money at different places. In some instances, you're going to have to invest money in yourself, right? And in some instances, you're going to have to give up television or give up some amenities and things that you like to get. So those are the first 10 questions of generating your why and what's it all for. And we're going to stop right there because I don't want to give you too much. That's your homework. So I want you to determine, what is your why? Is it big enough? What motivates you? Is it enough to keep you going when you want to quit? I'm going to take a picture of the front of the screen and insert it here. Prayerfully it'll show up properly because this is a video. But nevertheless, what was I going to tell you? If you email me or text me, I can send you a copy of it. 910-494-7798. And I'll put my email in the, matter of fact, I'll put my number and email in the description box. And then you can ask me to email you a PDF copy of it. Keep in mind, I'm using my personal book. You'll see some asterisks, okay? Talk to you guys soon. God bless you. Oh, and if you want to coach with me, you're interested in coaching with me, go to garlandaprice.com. You can see my prices there. You can also see what it costs. I mean, a 15-minute discovery session, that's free, right? But you can see all the other things and description of the coaching from there. God bless you. You know what I just realized? I'm going to type these out in the description box. That's going to be so much easier than trying to send a picture or PDF. So you don't have to text me or call me. Of course, you can if you have questions, but I'm going to type the 10 questions out in the description box so you'll have it right there. You can copy and paste that into a Word document and begin working on that for yourself to create a living and breathing dialogue and document with yourself as to why you're doing this, because this is the first place to start in business and success. Again, if you're interested in my books, you can also find them on my website. Just click on the store link and you'll see them in there. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video with the next set of 10 questions to get you on the road to success. I'm Garlinda Price with Launch It 30 Days to Greatness, 6-Figure Success with Biblical Principles.